How do beekeepers make a difference to the ecosystem? What is a beekeeper?
Realistically, a beekeeper is a farmer. So it's the well-being of an animal. So this is just like livestock. So it's just this is our livestock instead of a cow or a horse.
Do you think the bee population would still exist if there were no beekeepers?
Actually, their natural habitat for a bee is actually to be in the wild into a tree or live in like a stump or something like this. So bees would 100% live.
Many people believe that bees are going extinct, but actually many people don't understand the natural die-off of the bee population in the wintertime.
Be the change.
Do you think pesticides are negatively affecting the bee population?
100%. 100%. Bees are very resilient, so they still will do well. They'll adapt to it and everything. Definitely pesticides are not good for the bees. The farm that your bees go to for like pollination, you want a farmer that decides to look after their crops naturally instead of like a ton of pesticides. So then it's better for your bees.
The most common pesticides affecting the bee population are neonicotinoids. These pesticides affect the bee's central nervous system. The bees are affected when collecting pollen. To collect pollen, bees land on the center of the flower or plant, and the pollen sticks to their fur. The bees later stuff their leg pockets with the pollen and bring it into the hive. If the bees are bringing in contaminated pollen from the plant covered in neonicotinoids, then the entire hive is at risk of dying from the pesticide. What else can people do to help the bees?
Plant lots of flowers. So lots of flowers in your yard definitely help the bee population.
Why do you think the bee population has decreased over the years?
Yeah, because everything's turning industrial. So like beekeepers have made bees an industrial tool to pollinate almond fields that have no nutrients to bees. So bees have become too industrialized, so that it's definitely harder on the bees to survive.
So how do beekeepers make a difference to the ecosystem? Beekeepers make sure the bees are free of any diseases and that they are healthy and well fed. Everyone should help save the bees and be a beekeeper. Be the change.
Even though there are other insects that pollinate, bees are the main source for pollination. Bees pollinate up to 60% of our food that we eat today.
Bees play such an important role in our ecosystem. If bees don't pollinate the fruits and veggies, then we would not have those foods to eat. So now let's take a look in the fridge. As we can see, most of our food has been pollinated by bees. Now let's see, what would it look like if there were no more bees? As you can see, we now have limited food options. Bees are so important. Without bees, we would not have a lot of fruits or vegetables.
Other ways you can help save the bees by not being a beekeeper is by planting extra plants and not using any pesticides. Be the change, be happy.